Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle is directed by Jake Kasdan and stars Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, Jack Black with Nick Jonas and Bobby Cannavale. This is a sequel to the 95 Robin Williams movie, but the game is different. No longer is it a board game, it's now a video game, and it takes 4 teenagers, throws them into the real world of Jumanji, puts them in super enhanced bodies, and they have to go out to find a powerful jewel, defeat a villain, all to just try and return back to the real world. I've never seen the original Jumanji. I've seen little pieces of it, but enough to know that as a 22-year-old person, I'm not going to enjoy it. It's probably just for people who remember it as kids. So going into Welcome to the Jungle, I just had in my mind, all right, this is a new action-adventure movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart. And that's essentially what the movie is. But also a little bit more. And that little bit more really surprised me. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people who go and see this movie, who think that it's just going to be a dumb action movie, but you actually care about the characters and you care about the story. You want to see them succeed. The way that the characters are performed, the way that the world itself has been executed and constructed, it's all really good. The way that Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart and Karen Gillan and Jack Black, the way they all perform their characters is very interesting, because they could have just made it be, oh look, he's The Rock and he's really strong, and look, he can run through the jungles really fast and punch some people. Instead, you're watching the nerdy, scrawny teenage boy from the real world inside the body of The Rock, and it makes you actually care about where he's going. He still feels like that character. Every single one of them feels like their real world counterparts, especially Jack Black, who's meant to be inside a teenage girl. The way that he plays it, for some of the scenes that he has, are hilarious. This movie does throw out a lot of jokes at you. Most of them are good. Some of them are downright great. Not all of them work. Sometimes there's what feels like a punchline to a joke that was never there. There might be some line that someone says, and then the next shot is this really weird long take of maybe someone running up to the group to say, okay, we need to go do this. Well, what? I didn't really get it. Is it meant to be a piece of tension? Is it meant to be a joke? It's just a weird editing choice. And I think also the first 20 minutes where we're just watching the real world teenagers doing their normal thing, it's a little bit too long. I get that we're meant to set up, all right, this character is this character and this character is meant to be this sort of stereotype, but it's just a little bit too much. Once we get to the end, once they do the whole video game thing, that whole video game idea is executed perfectly. It's so fun to watch them talking about non-playable characters and levels and lives. The way that they use that is the best that I've ever seen it. And I keep thinking, why can't they do that for an actual video game movie? Once they do all the video game stuff that you normally expect, there's actually a moment of emotion, particularly involving Nick Jonas's character, that really works. This story actually means something. Something that not a lot of action-adventure movies that are just meant to appeal to people who don't want to think too much don't have. I mean, you have the entire Fast and the Furious franchise, which are trying to be these big, bombastic action movies with Dwayne Johnson, but the characters are getting incredibly stale and you don't really care about it. Here in Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, their first movie of what will probably be a series of films, you actually care about the characters in the end. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle was an utterly fun experience. There's so much to love about this movie. There are those couple of weird moments. There's a couple of things which I just could have done without. Not all of the jokes land, but it's well performed, well executed. It actually does have something for everyone. And if that is for you, then I would definitely recommend going out to see Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. So Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Have you seen it? Please tell me what you think about it in the comments below. There are going to be videos linked down here or one over there. For more Mr. Movies, please press my little face right there. Thanks for watching.